Hello, friends. I'm not Jim Nance, nor do I play him on TV. I'm Kurt Berglund, and this is APBA Hall of Fame Set Baseball King of the Hill action. We are up to game number 21 in our season. It is a tournament where if you win, you keep playing. If you lose, you wait until your turn comes around again for another opportunity. And we are making excellent progress. This is the APBA Hall of Fame set that was released earlier this year. It's a wonderful set. It's a fantastic APBA product. It has Hall of Famers and not yet Hall of Famers included in the mix. Here are the standings coming into today's game. You can see that we have had a breakthrough of sorts. The 1961 to the 1980 team is 5-2 right now, and the only thing that matters in these standings are the wins, because it's King of the Hill, so winning percentage doesn't really mean that much. But the 61 to the 80 team, as you can see, are at the top of these standings with 5 wins. First two teams to 10 wins gets to the World Series that we will have. But the 61 to the 80 team is in first place. They are halfway to the World Series, and they are 2 games in front of their nearest competitors, who are the Negro Leaguers at 3 wins, and the 21 to 40 squad also at 3 wins. And then the 81 to the present American Leaguers are also tied for second place with 3 wins. So currently, the King of the Hill is still the 61 to the 80 team, so after today's game, they can be at 6 wins, could be, potentially, and have a 3-game lead in front of the second place teams. We'll see. So they are the home team today, the 61 to 80 squad, and they are hosting the 1901 to 1920 team, the Dead Ballers. This team is near the bottom. They have 1 win, but they're only 2 games out of second place, and so a reasonable little winning streak on their part will put them right there. Next game after this one will be the Negro Leaguers playing the winner of this game. So that's who's coming next, and then the not yet Hall of Famers follow them. The pitchers in today's game are, of course, a couple of classics. It's A.Joss pitching for the 1901 to 1920 team. It is his first start, of course, because it's only their 4th game. He will be going against B.Gibson of the 61 to the 80 Hall of Famers. So we have an extreme dead ball pitcher and a pitcher who made his opponents look like they were dead ballers in Gibson. Let's get to the starting lineups and get today's game underway with APBA Hall of Fame set King of the Hill tournament action. Okay, batting orders today for the 1901 to 1920 visitors. Sam Crawford leading off at first base. Honus Wagner batting second at shortstop. Harry Hooper batting third in right field. Nap Ladjoey batting fourth at second base. Fred Clark batting fifth in left field. Ed Roush batting sixth in center field. Jimmy Collins batting 7th at third base, and Roger Bresnahan batting 8th behind the plate. A.Joss on the mound. He is an AC pitcher with a YZ modifier. Okay, those are your visitors, the 1901 to 1920 Hall of Famers. The home team is the 1961 to 1980 Hall of Famers. Their order: Little Joe Morgan leading off at second base, Carl Yastrzemski batting second in center field, Frank Robinson batting third in right field. Willie McCovey batting fourth at first base. Harmon Killebrew batting fifth at third base. Reggie Jackson batting sixth in left field. Ted Simmons batting seventh behind the plate. And Maury Wills batting eighth at shortstop. Bob Gibson on the mound. He is an A pitcher with an XZ modifier. Both teams are fielding one. And here we go. Crawford from Gibson draws a walk, and we're underway in this King of the Hill game, number 21 in my tournament. They are all on my channel. Pitch to Wagner is a 32, which is a 26, and that's a ground ball to Morgan. He's going to go to Wills for one. The relay to McCovey is not in time, and Wagner reaches first. Now it'll be Harry Hooper with one out and Wagner at first. And those 1901 to 1920 dead ballers got to run, and here goes Wagner. Gibson the stretch, the pitch home. There goes Wagner, and it's a 26 on the hit and run. It's to Morgan. Joe throws to McCovey, and there's two outs as Wagner reaches scoring position. He's at second now with two outs in the top of the first. And LaJoie, whatever you prefer, against Gibson. The pitch, 46, is a 29, and that is hit to McCovey. Big Mac gloves it and flips to Gibson covering, and the 1901 to 1920 dead ballers are retired in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first with no score, as Morgan, Yastrzemski, and Robinson are due up. Substitutions hitting both teams in this game. You can't start 4 games in a row in the same spot, in the same position. Those are the rules I've set up. So we need, both teams are substituting to get around that problem today. All right, it's Morgan against Joss, and that's to right and deep. Hooper to the wall, but it's gone. It's a 1-0 lead for the 6180s. Morgan provides it with a leadoff dong. Now it's Yastrzemski. Carl broke in as a center fielder, of course. The pitch from Joss is a 0. And this is going to be hit, and it's going to split Hooper and Roush, and it's going to be a Carl Yastrzemski double. Good start for the 6180s. And Joss is in a heap of trouble now. He's got Robinson up with McCovey on deck. Joss the stretch. The pitch to Robbie is going to be trouble. He's an AC. And that's going to be to right center and deep. Roush back, and it's gone. 3-0 6180s, just like that. A leadoff homer by Morgan, a double by Yastrzemski, and a 2-run bomb by Frank Robinson. And these guys are well on their way to their 6th win. Joss winds and pitches to McCovey, and it's to right and deep. That's back. Hooper to the wall. It's gone. 4-0 6180s, and that's going to get, in belated fashion, action going in the bullpen. And I don't know. Chief Bender starts to throw. 4-0 6180s, like lightning. Killebrew. to right but not deep. Hooper's under it, and there's one out in the bottom of the first. Now it's Reggie. First start for him in the tournament. This is to center. Roush, 2 down. And now it's Simmons. If you haven't seen the last game in the APBA tournament, now would be a good time to check that out. Was a doozy. This one, of course, could be just as good. This one popped up, third base, Collins. And he takes it for out number 3, so it's a 4 spot for the 6180s in the first inning. 4-0. As we go to the second, it's a lot of runs to give Bob Gibson. And this isn't, depending upon your definition of power, the dead ballers, their power is with doubles and triples. That's power, but it's a different kind of power, and they're going to have to string some hits together to get back into it. Pitch from Gibby to Pittsburgh Pirates' Fred Clark is grounded to Killebrew, and he's going to throw to McCovey, and that'll retire the dead baller for 1 out in the second. Now it's Roush. Ground ball Morgan. He's going to flip to McCovey, and there's 2 gone. Jimmy Collins. Ground ball Killebrew. He throws to McCovey, and it's a 1-2-3 second for Bob Gibson. Go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 6180s. A.Joss back on the hill, Maury Wills, Bob Gibson, and then the top of the order with Morgan again in the third inning for the 6180s. This is to right, in comes Hooper, 1 gone. Gibby. Pitch from Joss. Ground ball, Crawford. He gloves it and flips to Joss covering, and there's 2 down. Now it's Morgan. Ground ball, Ladjui. Gloves it, throws to Crawford, and the side's retired in 1-2-3 fashion. So Joss has righted the ship, but the 6180s lead 4-0. Gibby gets Bresnahan, Joss, and Crawford. 8-9-1 hitters in the third. Ground ball Morgan. He's going to go to McCovey for out number 1. Now it's Joss. Ground ball Morgan. He goes to McCovey. 2 down. Crawford walked in the first. Right field, but not deep. Frank Robinson's there, and he puts it away for out number 3. 9 in a row retired by Gibson. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's 4-0 6180s. Joss gets the 2-3-4 hitters, Yastrzemski, Robinson, and McCovey. Lefty, righty, lefty in the third. This is grounded to Crawford. He gloves it and flips to Joss covering, 1 down. Now it's Robinson. Popped it up. Jimmy Collins under it and puts it away for 2 down. McCovey homered in the first. And it's deep to right again. Back goes Hooper. 2 dongs for Big Mac. 5-0 6180s. And I think that's going to do it for A.Joss. Here comes manager John McGraw. Yeah, that's going to do it. It's going to be Chief Bender coming on. Not Joss's day. Bender will bat in the 9 spot for the dead ballers. A.Joss went 2 2/3 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 4 homers, didn't strike anybody out, didn't walk anybody. All of the runs are earned. So, 5-0, 61/80s. They got Killebrew up now with 2 outs. Bender is on. He's an A pitcher with an XZ modifier. Killebrew, and if he reaches, Jackson will be up. Ground ball, Wagner. Honus has it and throws it to Crawford, and there's going to be retiring the side in the bottom of the third. So it's 3 complete, 61/80s leading by a score of 5-0. Wagner up, then Hooper, then Lajoie, the pitch. Center field, here comes Yaz. 1 gone in the 4th, 10 in a row retired for Gibson. The only batter to reach, a leadoff walk to Crawford in the 1st. Pitch to Hooper, he walks him. That's a little something for those dead ballers. And this is a little bit like facing Whitey Herzog. When they get behind, they still got to run, because that's the whole game. Gibson, the stretch, the pitch. There he goes. It's hit in the air to right. Frank Robinson is going to make the catch for out number 2 as Hooper returns to first base, and now it's Clark with 2 outs. Gibson, the stretch, and the pitch. And Clark grounds this one to, oh, no, he's got an X modifier. That is Bob Gibson's first strikeout of the game. And it retires the side in the 4th. After 3.5, it's 5-0, 61/80s. Bender out for his first full inning of work. He'll face Jackson, Simmons, and Wills. And Reggie draws a walk to lead off the 4th. Simmons in there now. Ted is 0 for 1. Bender the stretch and the pitch. The 21, it's a 26. Ground ball, Lajoie throws to Wagner for 1. The relay to Crawford is not in time. Simmons beats the rap at first. 1 out and 1 on now for Wills. Gibson's on deck. Bender's pitch. Ground ball, Wagner to second for 1. The relay to Crawford not in time. Wills beats the rap. There's 2 outs and Wills at first, and now it's Gibson. So they will clear the pitcher spot in the 4th. The pitch from Bender is hit to left. Over is Fred Clark toward the line, and he puts it away for out number 3. We've played 4 complete. It's 5-0, 61/80s. Gibby spinning a shutout. He has allowed 2 base runners, both walks to this point. Top of the 5th, Ed Roush to right. Frank Robinson toward the gap. Will glove it, and he does. 1 down. Now it's Jimmy Collins, 0 for 1 for Jimmy. To center. Yaz under it, and there's 2 down. Now it's Bresnahan with 2 outs and nobody on. Bender standing in the on-deck circle. The pitch. He walks him. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Bender. Bender went 1 1/3 innings. He walked a batter. No runs, no hits, no strikeouts. The pinch hitter will be Sisler, George Sisler, regular first baseman. 2 outs. Bresnahan at first. Gibson the stretch. And the pitch to Sisler's a 0. Let's see where it goes. That's going to land in the gap. Robinson's got to go chase it down. Bresnahan's going to score all the way from first. Sisler's got himself a double, and it's 5-1. Dead ballers are on the board. Sam Crawford coming to the plate with Sisler in scoring position. Rube Waddell is throwing in the bullpen for the dead ballers. He will be the next pitcher. Pitch to Crawford. Hit to left. Reggie is going to get there, and he does, for out number 3. So the dead ballers get their first hit on a pinch double that brings home their first run. After 4.5, we're halfway through, and it's 5-1, 61-80. So Sisler is going to stay in the game at first base. The new pitcher will be Waddell, and Rube will bat in the leadoff spot. Crawford's day is done. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. And the left-hander Waddell will face Morgan, Yastrzemski, and Robinson, lefty, lefty, righty, in the bottom of the 5th. Waddell is an A pitcher with a KX modifier. And Morgan is 1 for 2. He hit a leadoff homer to start the scoring in the first. The pitch. Hey, he struck him out, and that's the first time a 61-80 batter has struck out in the 5th, with nobody out in the 5th. In this game, Yastrzemski 1 for 2, double run scored. Walked him. 1 out, 1 on now for Frank Robinson. A 61 on Robinson's card is going to be a 22. He hit him. He dotted Frank, and Frank's not going to like that too much. Now it's McCovey with 2 outs and with 1 out and 2 on against Waddell. It's a 27. Ground ball, Jimmy Collins. He steps on third and fires to Oh, I'm wrong. It's a K modifier, so Waddell strikes him out. So 2 outs now, and Killebrew at the plate eliminates the double play, which he could have used. Killebrew's 0 for 2. McCovey's hit 2 home runs on the day. The pitch to the killer. Comebacker, gloved by Waddell. He's going to turn and throw to Sisler, and he'll be out of the 5th. So a couple of base runners, but no runs for the 61-80s in the 5th. We go to the 6th. It's 5-1, 61-80s over the dead ballers. I really thought the dead ballers were going to be very, very tough in this tournament, but that has not turned out to be the case. It's Wagner, Hooper, and Lajoie in the bottom and the top of the 6th for the dead ballers against Gibson. This is grounded to McCovey. He's going to take it himself for out number 1. Now it's Hooper. He walked him. Hooper has drawn walks on 2 occasions today. He's 0 for 1. Now comes the 0 for 2, Nap Lajoie. Gibson looking for a twin killing. The stretch and the pitch to Knapp is ball 2. Popped him up. Simmons in foul territory will take it for out number 2. And now it's Clark. Fred is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch from Gibson. Ground ball Morgan. He's going to go the short way to Wills, and that will retire the dead ballers in the 6th. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1, 61-80s. Waddell out for a second inning of work. He will face Reggie Jackson, Ted Simmons, and Maury Wills. Hay strikes out Jackson. Third strikeout for Rube. And now it's Simmons. Ted is 0 for 2. He lifts this one in center to Roush, who puts it away for out number 2. And it's Maury Wills with Gibson on deck. 2 outs. Bloops it to left. Here comes Clark. He's going to get there, and that retires the side in 1-2-3 fashion in the 6th. So the bullpen for the dead ballers is getting the job done, but that initial 5 runs allowed by A.Joss may prove fatal for the dead ballers. Top of the 7th, Roush, Collins, and Bresnahan, unless we go to the bench, and I think we're going to. Roush will lead off. He's 0 for 2. Gibson winds and delivers. That's a walk. Collins is 0 for 2. And it's a little earlier than I like to pinch hit, but we're doing it anyway. It's going to be Elmer Flick to pinch hit in the 7th for Collins. Left-handed batter. Pitch from Gibson is popped up. Ted Simmons throws away the mask, and there's 1 down. Now it's Bresnahan, and they hit for him too. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. He has scored the only run. Well, actually, no. They'll let him bat. I'll let him bat. Gibson, the stretch, the pitch to Bresnahan is grounded to Morgan. Joe flips to Wills for 1. The relay to McCovey is not in time. Bresnahan beats the rap at first. And it'll be Sisler. On deck is Waddell. 2 outs. Bresnahan at first. The pitch to George Sisler is trouble. That's going to reach the gap. Going to be Robinson's to chase down one more time. Bresnahan will score all the way from first, and it's a repeat of the scoring in the 5th. Dead ballers get their 2nd run, and it's 5-2. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Waddell is due, but he won't bat. Try and drive in that run from third. It's going to be home run Baker, who will go in to play third. So Baker will pinch hit for Waddell. New pitcher warming up in the pen for the dead ballers will be Grover Cleveland Alexander. Pete Alexander warming up. Baker up, 2 outs. 5-2. Sisler in scoring position. The pitch to home run Baker's popped up in foul territory. Harmon Killebrew is going to take it, and that will retire the side. But the dead ballers score another. Score a run on 1 hit, leave 1 after 6.5. It's time to stretch them out in this one, and it is 5-2, 61 80s. So Baker goes in to play third. And I think that's going to mean, yes it is. So the new pitcher will be Pete Alexander, and he will bat in the 7th spot. Gibson will lead off the bottom of the 7th, and then it'll be Morgan and Yastrzemski. Alexander is an AC pitcher in this set. He is an XZ modifier, and he's right-handed. Gibson's 0 for 2. It's 5-2, 61 80s. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Ground ball, second base. That's Lajoie, and he will throw to Sisler for out number 1. Now it's Morgan. 1 for 3, a home run in the first. The pitch is strike 3, swinging for Morgan as Alexander gets him with the old fadeaway. And now it's Yastrzemski. Yaz is 1 for 2 with a walk. Hey, he struck him out. 1, 2, 3, 7th for Alexander. And now we go to the 8th. It's 5-2 dead ballers. They are not dead yet. It's 2, 3, 4 hitters. Wagner, Hooper, and Lajoie. Unless we pinch hit, there's 27-man rosters. Schock, Cobb, Eddie Collins, and Tris Speaker are the hitters left. Oh, and Joe Tinker. All right, so Wagner leads off. Honus is 0 for 3. We're in the top of the 8th. Gibson's pitch. Hits it to center. Yaz under it and takes it for out number 1. That's going to start action in the bullpen now. For the 61 80s, Suter. Hooper. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. The pitch is a 41. That's a 28. And that is grounded to Maury Wills. He scoops and fires to McCovey for out number 2. Lajoie's 0 for 3. Pitch from Gibson is a line drive base hit. Right field. So it's his first hit. Fred Clark due up. And I don't think so, Fred. I'm just not feeling you today. So it's going to be Cobb. No, it's not. It's going to be Speaker batting for Clark. Tying run on deck, and that's Ed Roush. Pitch to Speaker from Gibson. Popped it up. Maury Wills on the infield dirt will take it for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's 5-2, 61 80s. Speaker will take over in center field. Roush will move to left field. Alexander back out for his second inning of work, and he'll face the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the 61 80s. Frank Robinson, Willie McCovey, Harmon Killebrew. One for 2 for Robbie. He hit a 2-run homer in the first. The pitch from Pete Alexander is grounded to Sisler. He's going to take it himself, and there's 1 gone in the 8th. Now it's McCovey. Big Mac, stretch, 2 for 3, both of them homers. Solo jobs. He walks him. Little too careful to the very hot Willie McCovey. And now Harmon Killebrew, who's 0 for 3. Alexander the stretch and the pitch hit to left toward the line. There goes Roush, and he puts it away for out number 2. Now it's Reggie Jackson coming up. McCovey retreats to first base. Pitch to Reggie. Hey, struck him out. That's the second time Reggie has struck out today. It's Alexander's third strikeout. And we go to the ninth with the score 5-2, 61/80s. Gibson looking to finish the deal. Suter throwing in the bullpen. He is ready. Roush. And then Ty Cobb, who will pinch hit for... Well, they can't really do that. They're going to have Eddie Collins bat for the pitcher, Alexander. And hope he reaches for Cobb. So Gibson's pitch to Roush. He walks him. And that's going to do it. That's going to be it for Gibby. And they're going to go to Suter. Gibson went 8+ innings. He allowed 3 hits, 2 to George Sisler. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. And he only struck out 1. He allowed 1 run. It's earned so far, but of course Roush is his responsibility at first base. He is in line for the win. Eddie Collins is a scrappy second baseman, and he is the pinch hitter for Pete Alexander here in the ninth. There's nobody out. Roush at first. And Ty Cobb is standing on deck to pinch hit for Bresnahan. So we're going to go right down to the wire with this one. Suter is on. He is an A pitcher with a KZ modifier, and he has 3 outs to get for the save. The pitch to Eddie Collins is a 42, and that's a 9, and Suter is an A, and it's a chopper off his glove, rolls toward Wills, Maury bare hands, but he has no play. Collins is aboard, Roush is safe at second, and here comes Ty Cobb, who is the tying run in this game. Nobody out, top of the ninth. Suter in a jam. Cobb batting for Bresnahan. Sisler is on deck. And then home run Baker. Suter the stretch. And the pitch to Cobb. Popped it up. Simmons throws away the mask. And there's 1 down. Boy, that's a big out. Now it's Sisler, who has doubled twice and driven in a run each time. Suter the stretch and the pitch. Ground ball. Knocked down by Killebrew. Picks it up. He's only played to McCovey, and they get Sisler by a step. Roush moves up. Collins moves up, but there's 2 outs now, and it's home run Baker, who needs to live up to his nickname to tie this game. Baker is 0 for 1, came in a double switch in the 7th. No, that's not true. He pinch hit for Waddell in the 7th, sorry. He's 0 for 1. If he hits a long one, we're tied. Suter the stretch and the pitch. Base hit. Base hit over McCovey's outstretched glove. Frank Robinson has to go get it. That's going to bring home Roush. That's going to bring home Collins. And suddenly it's a 5-4 ball game on a 2-run single by Baker. So now, isn't it interesting? So Baker is on first. And they don't really have anybody to run for him. So they won't. So it's going to be Wagner. It's 5-4, 61-80s, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Baker at first. He is the tying run. The go-ahead run is Honus Wagner, and he is at the plate. On deck, Harry Hooper. Suter is laboring, and there's going to be action coming behind him in the bullpen as Dennis Eckersley starts to throw. If the 61-80s get one more out, they will have a 3-game lead in this tournament. Suter the stretch. Wagner's 0 for 4. Baker at first. 2 outs. The pitch is ball 2. Suter behind in the count. Ball 2. Pitch to Honus. He hit him. He leaned right into that one. He wanted no part of the split-fingered fastball, and so Wagner goes down to first, and Baker goes to second. Now it's Hooper, who's been on twice with walks. He's 0 for 2 officially. Suter in a mega jam. Bruce the belt. And the pitch to Hooper is going to be trouble. Unbelievable. Base hit to left. Charging is Reggie. He fires to the plate. He doesn't get Baker. Baker scores with the tying run. Wagner gets all the way around to third base, and it's first and third. We got a tie game at 5, and that's going to do it for Suter. It's going to be Eckersley to face Lajoie. Here comes Eck. He is an A reliever with an XZ modifier. Five ball game, top of the ninth. We're going to have a double switch. Eckersley goes in the 6th spot. Reggie comes out. And the new left fielder for the 61-80s will be Henry Aaron. And he'll bat 9th. All right, so I think the accounting is done. Alexander's day is done. Going to be a new reliever. It's going to be Big Ed Walsh. 5-5, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Dead ballers at the corners. That's Wagner at third and Hooper at first. Lead run 90 feet away, and it's Lajoie. Eckersley on the mound, the stretch. The pitch from Eck, and this is going to be a base hit. Left field drops in front of Aaron. Scoring is Wagner. All the way to third. No, stopping at second is Hooper. It's 6-5 dead ballers who suddenly have caught fire. And it's Speaker. First and second, 2 outs, 4-run 9th inning for the dead ballers off Suter and Eckersley, the pitch, and Gibson. High in the air to right field, but not deep. Frank Robinson will put it away, but the 61-80s have a disastrous 9th inning. And the dead ballers score 4 and take a 6-5 lead going to the bottom of the ninth. All right, so we need some ball players here. Speaker will come out. Cobb will go to will go to left field. Roush will go back to center field. Walsh will be the reliever. He'll bat in the 5th spot. where Speaker was. And the new catcher will be Ray Schalk. He'll bat in the 4 spot. And Collins will stay in and play second base. And, of course, continue hitting in the 7 spot. So I think that's everybody. Yep, that's everybody. So, new catcher is Schalk. The only position player left for the Dead Ballers is Joe Tinker, backup shortstop. And when Honus Wagner's on the team, it's tough to find playing time. Now, after Hooper. Okay, so Big Ed Walsh is on. He was a right-hander, an AC pitcher with an XZ modifier. And he's on now for what is the save. And Alexander is set up for the win. 6'5", 6180s need a run to keep it going, or 2 to walk it off. Simmons will lead off. He's 0 for 3. Wills is in the on-deck circle, but I don't think Maury's going to bat. The pitch from Walsh is grounded to Wagner, and he gloves it and throws to Sisler for out number 1. Now it's Wills, and we will see a pinch hitter for Maury. Suter stands to lose it if it works out that way, unless they can come back. Carew is going to bat for Wills. Maury ends his day 0 for 3. Carew against Walsh. The pitch from Big Ed Walsh popped him up. Home run Baker. In fair territory, takes it for out number 2, and now it's Aaron. All Ed Walsh has to do is get Henry Aaron out, and the Dead Ballers move on. It's to right field. That's Hooper, and that will be out number 3. The Dead Ballers come back with a 4-run ninth to win this game 6-5 after being behind 5-0. Yikes. All right, the line scores for the victorious Dead Ball team from 1901 to 1920. 6 runs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 7 hits. And they committed no errors. For the 6180s, who blew a perfect chance to open up a 3-game lead, it is 5 runs on 5 hits. They did not get any hits after the 3rd inning. And they committed no errors. Winning pitcher is Alexander. Save goes to Walsh. And the losing pitcher is Suter. Now, the 1901 to 1920 Dead Ballers will host the Negro League Hall of Famers in our next game. Hope you'll join me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I need your support, everybody, and I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me for APBA Hall of Fame set, King of the Hill tournament action. More on the way. Have a good day. So long, everybody.